responsibility of Basra, and these are the only two provinces where you had a lot of opposition. So if we will get these people convinced, so other provinces are not that much difficult. And as I told you, that Mughira radiallahu ta'ala an, he sent 10 elites or elders from Kufa to say to Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala that we are agree. So they said we are agreed to what Mughira ibn Shu'bah said. Got it? So then Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala sent a message to Ziyad ibn Sumayya that you should talk to the people of Basra. But Ziyad himself, who was his brother, as we mentioned before, he was the brother of Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala an. He said to him that to me, I don't see that Yazid has all the qualities of being a Khalifa. Got it? So now, when the Qasid or the messenger of Muawiyah came back, he not only told Muawiyah that what Ziyad said, but he told Yazid also that your uncle was saying this. Got it? Now Yazid, if he had some la'ubaliyat, carelessness, so now he was trying to make himself very much careful, yes, and he left a lot of activities which are not looking good for a Khalifa. So he put it on a side. And also, Ziyad told Muawiyah not to have a decision in a hurry. But when Ziyad passed away, so then Muawiyah wrote a letter to Marwan ibn al-Hakam. To who? Marwan ibn al-Hakam. Hakam, he was, look, the lineage is like this. Usman ibn Affan ibn al-As. Usman ibn Affan ibn al-As. Marwan ibn al-Hakam ibn al-As. Got it? So now, As was the grandfather of Usman and he was the grandfather of Marwan. And they both were first cousin to one another. And Marwan, he was the governor of Medina. So Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala an, he wrote to Marwan that now I am too old. My joints and bones are too weak now. And I have a fear of the dispute of Ummah after my death. So I thought, if we can select someone for their leadership to take the responsibility, but I am not going to decide anything but after your advice. So you should put this thing in front of the people of Medina and then tell me about their reaction. So Marwan, in Jummah, he put forward or he brought forth this suggestion. So they said, we have nothing to do with this istikhlaf. If he is appointing someone, he can do it. So Marwan wrote to Muawiyah that the original reaction or the basic reaction is not that bad. Then Muawiyah wrote another letter to Marwan. Because in the first letter, he never mentioned the name of Yazid, that I am going to ask for bay'ah for Yazid. Now in the second letter, he said that I want to take bay'at for Yazid. Now Marwan, he read this letter of Khalifa in front of people in the masjid. So now the people, they showed reaction. Yes, an eruption, not only reaction, an eruption took place. And Abdurrahman ibn Abi Bakr, radiyallahu ta'ala an, he stood up and he said, you people never thought of the good of Ummah. Why you are doing so? So I said that you want to have or you want to adopt the Hercules way of kingship, like as the Hercules, yes, father, son after father, and then grandson, and so on. Hussein ibn Ali and Abdullah ibn Zubair, the young men, both of them, they stood up and they said the same thing. Sayyidina Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala, when he came to know that these people showed their blunt reaction, but he did not give any importance to this reaction, but wrote a letter to the governors of all states to convince people for the bay'at of Yazid, and also send the elders or delegation of elders from your province to me to confirm to me that yes, you are ready. Zahak ibn Qais al-Fihri, he was telling people about this bay'ah. And when they were talking, he or Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, so they were talking basically about the greatness of Islam, and then how the Khilafat is a respected concept in Sharia, and how the unity of Ummah is needed. And then after that, when this foundation they were laying in their talk, so then they were saying Yazid is a young man. He was in the company of his father. He learnt a lot from his father, and he knows how to handle the situations and how to lead the Ummah and the state as well. Now, so many people, they did not like it, but a little of them, they spoke out. And in this regard, the much more powerful voice was of a tabi'i alim, Ahnaf ibn Qais. So what he said? He said, look, if we are going to speak out the truth, so we are afraid of you, what you people will do with us. And if we will tell lie, that okay, that's good, so we have a fear of God. Here you will beat us, there Allah will beat us. And he said, Amirul Mu'mineen, you know your son very well. Yes, that how he is spending his life, how he is from outside and how he is from inside. So, my suggestion is, if you think that he is good for deen and for ummah both, so don't ask any advice from anybody. And if you think that he is not good for deen or for ummah, so now when you are leading towards akhirah, ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, so then don't do that. And if you will do it, we have given you a pledge, so we will say sami'na wa ata'na. We heard it and we obeyed. Now Sayyidina Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala, he was a wise man and he was a statesman as well. He was a statesman. So he was knowing that what should be a diplomatic way of handling the situation. He was giving a lot to someone who was close to him, but someone who was not that much close, he was giving a lot of respect as well. Yes, and he was facing him with lot of grace and lot of leniency. So thus, the pledge giving started for Yazid as Waliul Ahad. When the pledge was taken in Iraq and Sham, so then he went to Medina to get a pledge of allegiance for him in Medina as well. So there he was faced by Abdullah ibn Umar, Abdullah ibn Zubair, and Sayyidina Hussein Rizwanullahi alayhim ajma'in. And they said to him on his face, no. So he didn't like the reluctant reaction. So he came straight to Sayyidah Aaisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And he said that, Mom, All people were calm and quiet. But these three young men, Abdullah ibn Zubair, Hussein ibn Ali, and Abdullah ibn Umar, they showed reluctant. They reacted to it. And he said that, Mom, if they are not going to give pledge to Yazid, so I'm going to kill them. So Sayyidah Aaisha said, you are Amir. Be lenient. Not be that harsh and hard. So then he came and he offered them lot of gifts to Abdullah ibn Umar, Abdullah ibn Zubair, and Hassan ibn Ali, radiyallahu anhum. And at that time also he talked to them about the pledge of Yazid. So Abdullah ibn Zubair said, we are giving you three options. You should choose one of these three. So he said, what is that? So Ibn Zubair said, one option is, do what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. He left this word. He never appointed anyone. He left this affair to the Ummah because that's the affair of Ummah. Got it? And then the people, they elected Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala an. So Sayyidina Muawiyah said, as I told you, I was a very clever man. He said, but amongst people, I cannot find any Abu Bakr. If there was any Abu Bakr, I would have said that is good. So Ibn Zubair said, yes, you are right. And then he said that the second option is, then Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala an, he appointed Umar after him a Khalifa, but he was not related to him. But he was eligible for the post. So it means, eligibility means he was indicating that make the eligibility and the deserving the base of Khilafat. Got it? So Muawiyah said, any other option or suggestion if you had? So he said, what can I say after that? Then he said to Hussein and Ibn Umar, what about you both? So they said, what Abdullah ibn Zubair said, we are with that. So Muawiyah said that, look, I warn you. I warn you. If you will not go by the warning, so then that is sufficient an excuse for me. What I will do after that. Got it? So he told them that here you said to me one-on-one what you said. But when I will address the people in masjid, and any one of you will stand up there and he will reject, so I will not give him to speak another sentence. But before the second sentence, the sword will cut his head. And then he asked the police that come and with every one of these three, two people should stand and have their sword in their hands. And if they refused, just cut them. Then he came to masjid and he started his sermon. He said that these friends, he was referring to these three and their supporters. So he said these three, they are the chiefs of Muslims. Because they are related either to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam or to Abu Bakr Siddiq or to Umar ibn al-Khattab. Abdullah ibn Umar is his son. Abdullah ibn Zubair is the grandson of Abu Bakr from his mother's side, because his mother was Asma bint Abi Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala an. And he said, Hussein ibn Ali, you know, he is the chief. Yes, because the son of Ali and the son of Fatima. And no any issue could be solved without the advice of these three. And all of them, they are okay with the bay'at of Yazid. So, you people should start and giving him the bay'ah. Now the people started giving the bay'ah because they were looking at these three, and Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu said, what he meant by They are okay. They are okay. Okay means that they are not standing up now to say something. Means what they said it when I was alone. Got it? Then after the bay'at, the people asked these three that you people told us we are not going to do a bay'at, but you did it. So they said, by God, we have not done any bay'ah. So they said, why you were silent then? So they said, you are not seeing two swords on the head of every one of us? 2 swords was there on my head, and 2 swords were there on Hussein's head, and 2 swords were there on Abdullah ibn Umar's head. Got it? So, whatever the procedure was of the Khilafat up to Sayyidina Ali Raziyallahu Ta'ala an, now that was gone and a new system started, appointment of son after father, but still we will talk about the qualities of Sayyidina Muawiyah Raziyallahu Ta'ala an, wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khair khalqih, Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. I think tonight you enjoyed because you were very focused. Ziaur Rahman, you were focused or not?